YouTube, Kurt Curtis. I'm a part-time eBay seller. This video this week might be a little bit longer. I have a lot to go over, a lot to show you guys this week, so it'll be longer than my normal weekly videos. But in this video, I'm going to show you every single item I sold on eBay this week. I'm going to show you everything I sourced. I actually have my new card storage system up and running that I was talking about last week, so I'm going to show you that and talk about that for a little while. And I also might be doing a book giveaway, so we'll see how that goes. Let's get right to it. All right, I'm gonna go over pretty quickly every single item I sold on eBay this week. I think I had a pretty good week. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes because I do my YouTube videos from like Saturday to Saturday, but then my weekly payout is from every Tuesday on eBay. So my payout doesn't necessarily reflect the week I had. It's a little bit off. But yeah, can't complain at all. I didn't really list that much this week. There's a couple reasons. One, I've actually been tackling like my death pile, but not in a way of listing. Like I've done lots of bulk purchases in the past where you just get a bunch of stuff and all the good stuff is listed and I'm kind of just left with the leftovers. It's just been my death pile. And I'm going through some of this stuff and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not listing this. Like after fees and shipping and like there's a bigger item is going to take up space. So I've been donating a lot of my death pile items. I'm just getting rid of them. And my death pile is actually like reasonable right now after doing that, and I have more to do too. So once I get rid of stuff like that that's just been sitting there for like 2 years, that's just leftovers from bulk buys and stuff like that, like I'm actually in a good position and it's not that overwhelming or anything like that. So I mainly been focusing on doing that and also working on my card storage system, which you'll see later in this video. Let's go over everything that's sold. I'm just going to go over it quickly, just give a brief description of the item. If you want to see the details, look at the picture that pops up on the screen. I don't have what I paid for each item because a lot of stuff I get in bulk type deals, but if I do have the information, I'll give it to you. First up, sold a Wanda Maximoff Pop, sold for $24.99. Sold a Guy Harvey shirt, paid $1.59 for this, sold for $14.09. Shield Season 6 DVD sealed, sold for $13.19. NSYNC DVD sealed, paid $1.50 for that, sold for $17.99. Health and beauty items sold for $24.99. This Throne of Glass book, small little book, sold for $9.99. That's a book that I got in like where I got a bunch of books for $5, and you know that was one of them. So that sells for $10 for fees and shipping. There's my $5 back. All the rest is profit. Sold a magic card, sold for $1.77. Sold another magic card, sold for $1.75. Sold this Elvis belt buckle, paid 90 cents for this, sold for $13.49. Farm Frenzy PC game sealed, paid 14 cents for that, sold for $8.69. Health and beauty item, pretty good one, sold for $64.99. Another health and beauty item sold for $14.99. Sold a marble card for $3.67. Another health and beauty item sold for $29.99. Another health and beauty item sold for $24.99. Rich Dad Poor Dad book sold for $9.99. I've actually read that one. This one actually has 3 books in one, but I have read Rich Dad Poor Dad book. Wyvern card sold for $4, can't complain. Hollywood Undead shirt, paid $4 for that, sold for $18.59. Another health and beauty item sold for $11.49. Longing Nights DVD sealed, sold for $22.24. Into the Void book, this one sold for $19.99. Sold a bench warmer card, sold for $1.85. This CD finally sold. This live CD, like rarities, bootleg, just, bands do that. They'll put a CD out that's not a major CD, but it just has their like B-sides and stuff like that. This was sealed. Someone sent me an offer of $50 for this and I couldn't accept it fast enough. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, at this one sale, I picked up a bunch of stuff for $200, and included in that stuff was this CD, and I believe the exact number was like 118. I could be off, it's been a while, but it's definitely over 100. I have over 100 copies of this CD, and it's a pretty rare CD. Problem is there's not many people after it, but finally someone bought one. This was a long time ago, definitely over a year, maybe a year and a half ago. So I was excited for this. Now, in a situation like this, when you have a bunch, you don't put a multi-quantity listing, in my opinion, that, because then you don't want people to know you have 100 copies of the CD. They're going to offer you like way less, plus it's going to make it seem not as rare. So I only put one up at a time. So once this one's sold, I'll put another one up, just one at a time. But extremely happy with this sale. Problem is, like, I'll probably never get rid of all those CDs throughout my life if it takes a year and a half to sell one, but I'll take it, man. Awesome sale there. Sold this Rogue card, sold for $11.95, not bad at all. Another health and beauty item sold for $49.99. Sold this Gay Interest DVD set, sealed, Took an offer of 40 bucks for this. So I believe that, yeah, that it might have been the same sale as I got those CDs from. But I got a bunch of like these gay interest DVDs. A lot of them are sealed and stuff. And there were some that were set aside that I never listed because I just couldn't really tell if they were just like DVDs or like actual porn or something like that. But so I had a little stack of those, and I actually finally went and researched it and saw that there was other ones on eBay and stuff like that. And like, all right, this is just an actual DVD. Like I can actually sell this. This one I put up for 50 bucks. Someone sent me an offer within a couple days, and this was just sitting in my death pile forever. Sold a Spirit Box shirt. This ended up selling for $19.99. Picked that up recently. Sold health and beauty items. Sold for $19.99. Sold this lot of 4 books. I paid 30 cents each, so I have $1.20 into this. Sold for $16.55. Sold another Magic card. Sold for $1.75. Sold this book set, books 1 through 4. Sold for $29.99. Sold a Marvel card for $1.85. Sold the Awesome Kong Micro Brawler. Only sold for $12.99. The packaging was in a little bit of rough shape. And then last up for the week, I sold another health and beauty item for $9.49. Can't complain at all. So this week I did a little bit of sourcing. Here are just some books I picked up. I have more than just this, but for now this is what I'm going to go over. I paid $5 for all these books. It's not that many, but it was a pretty good deal. Here I have these Warriors books. This is like a super edition, Untold Stories. These are like side books, but here, this book's 1 through 4 of this set. I saw a sold comp for the hardcover copies of this of $30 on an auction for the 4. So if I can get anywhere near 30 bucks just for this, that should be great, considering I paid $5 for everything. This one I believe is worth selling individually, but I might just bundle it in. This one is not worth selling individually, so this is getting bundled somewhere. But yeah, nice stack of those Warriors books. That alone I should be able to make money off of it. And then I got some other things. Got the couple graphic novels. Captain America Patriot. Not really sure what I can get for this, but I think it's worth selling individually. It's one of those things where there's one really cheap listing and there's like a bunch of other listings that are like, you know, over $20 or something like that. So I don't really know. Here's a Spider-Man One More Day graphic novel. I can't find this, but I'm pretty sure this thing is missing a dust jacket. I could be wrong, but it looks like it should have had a dust jacket. Now, I have to do more research, but when looking this up, if it's the one that I think it is based on just the title and stuff, like it should be pretty decent. I don't know how, you know, how much the value is going to be hurt without the dust jacket. Like, I don't know. I just grabbed it because it was a Spider-Man graphic novel. I'll have to see. So if anyone has any info on this thing, if it's any good, let me know. And I also picked up these books. Now I'll just grab random books sometimes. This one just looked cool. It's not worth anything though. I might just donate it. I'm not really going to list it. Chuck Palahniuk book. I picked up a few of his books before. I'm going to make a lot. I just never got around to it, but I just grabbed it. And then we got The Road, Cormac McCarthy. I pick up his books just because like he's one of my favorite authors and I just can't leave him behind, especially if they're super cheap. But the thing is, I know I have a couple of his books. I'm going to make a lot eventually, but you just find this book the most because it's the most popular book, The Road. And yeah, so I grabbed it. And actually, I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video. But I'm going to do a giveaway for this book, so I'm going to be giving this one away. I have my own personal copy of this, plus I think I have 2 or 3 other copies I found out in the wild, plus I have this one. This one's pretty good condition too, but yeah, we'll talk more about that later. All right, I had to set up the camera differently for this because I want to go over this a little bit more in detail. I have some wrestling cards here. I paid $57 for all the cards you're about to see. It's an extremely good deal, in my opinion. None of these are base cards. They're all parallels. And yeah, there's some no-namer type guys in here that aren't going to sell for more than a couple bucks. There are some really good cards in here as well. So with wrestling, all right, so I don't talk about it that much on this channel, just because I'm not trying to turn this channel into a wrestling card channel. But ever since probably January, basically right around when I had my surgery, the AEW cards came out, and I was basically bedridden for a while. Wasn't really working, couldn't do anything. So I don't know, I just pretty much got into wrestling cards. I've been researching it. Like I'm aware of what's going on in the whole community with it. I know which wrestlers are good, which wrestlers sell well. Just because a wrestler's good doesn't mean it's going to sell well. Why people collect certain wrestlers. Like I'm way deep into the wrestling card community at this point, and it's a lot of fun. I pick these cards up to flip at a certain point, but I do also pick up cards on my own that I hold on to that I plan on holding on to for years and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't really show that on the channel that much. But yeah, I used to think I was pretty knowledgeable about Magic the Gathering cards, because at one point I was, but I, haven't been involved in that for quite a while now. But if there's any type of cards that I actually have knowledge on, I have the most knowledge on wrestling cards. Sports cards in general, like basketball, football, and stuff. Like, I know a few of the big names and stuff like that, but I don't know what's going on. Same with like UFC and stuff like that. Like, I couldn't tell you. But when it comes to wrestling cards, I know what's going on. I've basically been doing research and studying this stuff based on past sets and like what's good. And for the last 8 months, I've been like focusing on that, and I've gained a lot of knowledge in that time. Now, Topps used to make wrestling cards for quite a while. They had the license. However, just recently this year, Panini got the license, and Panini does like a lot of the other sports cards too. Like, this is the set I'm about to show you right now is Prism. If you're involved in sports cards, you're aware of the set Prism, but wrestling was never like in that because they were on Topps. But this just happened recently, and Panini has 3 sets now. But this Prism set was the first set that came out. All these cards are from that set. Since they've had a couple more sets, a new set, Select, just came out, and that's crazy too. The hype behind this set when it came out was ridiculous. Boxes were like $1,000. Within a couple days, they were almost up to $1,500. Now that time has passed and other sets have come out, like, it's come back down to reality, and I think you can get boxes for like $350, $400. But like, the hype for this was unreal when it first came out, because this is the first time wrestling cards actually got some like major spotlight, just like the other sports cards with like Prism cards and stuff like that. Otherwise, wrestling was always just like this. They were just cast off to the side. The cards, there were valuable cards, but it was never near like the actual sports cards and stuff like that can go for thousands of dollars. That's slowly starting to change. Wrestling cards, because they're on the Panini license now, are starting to gain momentum, and some of the cards are selling for big money. Not nearly as close as like basketball or football, but it's starting to show progress to move towards that way, which is very cool. Now, I picked up this lot for $57, and yeah, let's go over it. None of these are base cards. Got 2 autos. These aren't the best people to have autos of, Candice LeRae and Nikki ASH, but they're still autos, and they're not numbered or anything. But you probably could get like 15, maybe on a good day 20 for these. I'm not really sure, but even that, we'll say 15 each. That's like $30. 57 for this whole stack. Here is a stack of these are the Ruby Wave parallels. These are not numbered either, but there's some, there's some jobbers in here and stuff, but there's some rookies, and there's some like Io Shirai made her like main roster appearance again. In wrestling, Vince McMahon, I don't know if any of you guys know, but Vince McMahon actually just stepped down, and now like Stephanie McMahon is the CEO, along with Nick Khan, I believe, and then Triple H is head of creative, when usually Vince McMahon was controlling everything. Triple H got involved, and she got brought back right away, so that's pretty cool. Shane O'Mac, Paul Heyman, Carmella, Smoke Show. So those are the Ruby Wave, and then I have a huge stack here of the cracked ice parallels. These are not numbered as well, but probably people that are involved in other sports cards know that the cracked ice parallel, is pretty cool, and a lot of people like it. So, I got some junk guys. Like I said, not all these cards are good, but some of them are. Some of them might only sell for a couple dollars. Dexter Loomis, he just got brought back too. Some of these cards might only sell for a couple dollars, but there's definitely going to be some $5 to $10 cards in here, and there's going to be some that are more. JC Jane, the King, sorry. Not a huge fan of the horizontal cards, but it is what it is. That's just part of the stack. There's more. Like, look at all this. $57 for all this. Zoe Stark, Batista, Trish Stratus. This one should be decent. Like, I would guess this is at least a $10 card. Yeah, very cool. Now, I'm probably not going to sell all of these. There's certain ones that I'm probably going to keep that I will sell eventually, but I might just hold on to for a while. But, you know, we'll see. And there's still more. Look at all this. There's still more. I got a crazy deal on all this. Yeah, but Cesaro, he's in AEW now. Lash Legend rookie. There's Candice LeRae. That's the same one we got the auto of. Stacy Keibler. This is probably one of the better cards. I saw sold comps. There's not actually many of these available now. Like, you know, once the product first came out, everyone's listing everything. But once, you know, everyone that bought stuff to sell, all those have sold and people have moved on to other sets. There's not as many on. This should be like a $20 to $40 card by itself because it's Stacy Keibler and people like her from back in the day. So, I mean, between the two auto cards, the Stacy Keibler and the Trish Stratus, I should be able to make like profit just off of that, or at least break even. And then all these other cards, even if it's only a few bucks at a time, it'll all be profit. But yeah, there's definitely cards I'm going to be holding on to. So I'm not in any rush to get these listed. I do have the new card storage system, which you guys will see in a minute. So I can list these at a certain point if I want to, and I'll probably list the ones I'm not really interested in keeping, and you know, go from there. But yeah, definitely will be holding on to some of these. I was extremely excited for this pickup. So here is the new card storage system setup. I got this pretty big box. It has 10 drawers, and these boxes all slide out very nicely. And yeah, these are specifically for cards in top loaders. They're a little bit taller, so you can fit a card in a top loader in there. You can put raw cards in there, but these are designed for that. Let me show you the box I had before. Before I just had cards kind of in these. These are a little bit smaller, and I didn't have like a little system where it had drawers and stuff like this. So I really like this. Couple things, actually lots to talk about here. One, I didn't anticipate, originally I wanted this all the way over, but if I have it all the way over, the drawer hits this thing and it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out all the way. So I have to have it like a little bit over, but I can fit stuff over there. Got like a He-Man toy over there, but I don't know what I'm gonna end up putting over there. Also, I'm still gonna have space over here for stuff. Now I did measurements, and I should be able to fit possibly 3 boxes going all the way up. I only have 1 for now. I'm only gonna get them as I need them, but definitely 2 will fit. And I did the measurements. It should be very close, but it's possible 3 fit, maybe not. But each of these drawers is supposed to hold 240 cards in top loaders. So 10 drawers, that's 2,400 cards stored just in this tiny little cube thing. Now, you can stack these cubes. You could have these all over the place. That's how you could have a shit ton of cards stored in a small area. I really like this. I'm happy with it. I wasn't quite sure what to expect until I got it. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to stick with this for now. If I need more, I'll get more. But just one thing at a time. I mean, if you've seen my videos for a while, you saw how I had it set up over here before. But I basically just had like these boxes kind of just here with cards in them. And then these boxes were taking up the space of this entire thing because I wasn't going to stack these boxes on each other, because they wouldn't stack because the top loaders would like come up to here. Let me show you. Here is kind of like how I had it. So what I'm going to do, or what I have to do, is all the cards that I had here are inventoried on the shelf, so I know like where they're at. But I need to change the inventory to the shelf and then what specific drawer it is. So these are going to be numbered 1 through 10 all the way down. And that way I know, all right, this is actually shelf I2. I know that. I don't have to have a label that says this is shelf I2. I just know that. No one else is pulling my orders. But yeah, so it'll be I2 dash 3 or something. Then I'll know it'll be in this one. I'm gonna put numbers on here and label them, so then I'll know the card, boom, will be in here, and I can find it pretty quickly. I already inventoried some of it, like this drawer here. So all these, this would be drawer 10, our inventory. So I know where to find them, and yeah, it just kind of takes a little bit of time to re-inventory all them in there in the specific drawer, going through the custom SKU. But that's my plan. So all the cards I just showed you before, I need to re-inventory there. They'll probably take up like, not quite all 5 of these, but maybe like 4.5 of these or 4 of these. and then I'll have the rest of the space in there plus all these 5 drawers to list new cards. Now I do have cards in random other spots. I'm not going to inventory all my cards I have into this box because it would fill the box right away. And one of the main reasons I wanted to get the box so I can start listing new cards. So I'm just inventorying the cards I had on the shelf already in here. And then everything else I'm just going to keep where it is and just not put any more there. And hopefully over time it'll clear up. And then maybe once it's small enough and condensed, then I can move it to one of these. Also, if I get another box here and I have these numbered 1 through 10, then these would be numbered like 11 through 20. It could be a little bit out of order. I can always just switch the boxes around or just like take the drawers out and put them there because they'll be numbered. So I have this one all inventoried as well. Quick little tip. Now, if you got random cards, it's different. But if you have cards from like a whole set, like these are all Flair 94 cards. And, you know, this is number 2. I have them specifically backwards and I have them in number order. So I don't just have to like look for like, oh, I need the whole card. And I have to like flip through all the cards. Like, oh, I need card like, you know, 32 and here's 32, 36. They're all in order by like which ones I have. So it's very easy to find. And now that they're in a specific drawer too, that's nice. This thing was kind of expensive. Like it was kind of ridiculous. It was like $65, okay? Now I didn't pay $65 because I had credit card points. I don't want to get too far into it, but if you know how to use credit cards properly, you can basically get free money. As long as you're paying off your balance on time every month, you can generate rewards points. So I only ended up paying like $30 for this because I used my free credit card points. If you don't know how that works, don't mess with it because it could be very dangerous if you don't pay everything off on time. But yeah, but if you really think about it, if you bought like these boxes by themselves online or at a store, they're probably like $5 a box, possibly even more. So I mean, that's like $50 right there. Plus you have this outer shell thing. Plus these all actually came with tops to cover them, but I just probably not going to use those because if I'm pulling an order, I just want to open it up and flip through it. I don't want to have to take the whole box out unless I need to, and then take the top off and then put it back in. So this just works better. But maybe if you're using this for something like just storing your own personal cards and you're probably not going to be taking them out every day, they do come with tops and they'll probably protect them a little bit better. So that's very cool. But yeah, I do have cards in other random spots. Like in here, look at AEW cards, wrestling cards. I'm not going to re-inventory all these into here. They're just staying there from now. I'm just not going to add new cards there. Look, more cards here, cards there. So there's cards everywhere. Over here, this is kind of the cards I had at the storage unit at the time. They were in these boxes. Some of you may remember that from back in the day. I'm not re-inventorying all these. They're just here. And look down here. Like, look at all that. So once they, you know, once these like dwindle down, like that box, I could probably combine to another box, get rid of it, and then I'll clear up space. But yeah, that's that. So I'm very happy with this at the moment. Right now, I'm just focused on re-inventorying the cards that were here into here. I already have 2 drawers done. I only have 3 more to go, and those aren't going to be full. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. I'm really happy with this so far, and yeah, I'll probably just take it 1 box at a time. This should last me for a while, but I know I'm going to have to get another one eventually. And then, I mean, after that, I don't know. I mean, 2 of these boxes, that's 4,800 cards, just like boom, right here. Like, that's crazy. I'm probably not going to get past that right now. My entire eBay store, including everything else I have, including like shirts and everything, is like 4,500. So, and that's including all the cards you just saw too. So to get 4,800 just cards into this cube is probably going to take a while. So I'm probably not going to need more than 2 of these for quite some time, but very happy with this. One other thing I forgot to mention. So I choose to store my cards in top loaders before the card actually sold. And there's reasons for that. But I know you can fit more cards if you just keep the cards raw and store them in the boxes. And then once the card sells, put it in the top loader and ship it and all that. I like to put them in the top loader right away. So right after I photograph a card to list on eBay, it immediately goes in a penny sleeve in a top loader. That way I know that card is in the exact condition that I photographed it in when I ship it out to sell it. Now, if you have these raw cards in the boxes and you're flipping through it all the time, they could get nicked. Also, the main reason, especially with foil cards, I know this happens with Magic cards a lot, but with any kind of card that has like a foil base or chrome or something like that, they can curl over time if they're not protected like that. So you might list a card right away and it's a flat card, and then you have it stored in a box for 3 months, and then it sells and it might be like a Pringle. and then you're shipping out a card that wasn't described right. For example, like look at these cards. These were normal at one point. There's a little bit of a curve to them. These are like foil chrome cards. I got these for free. It's not a big deal, but I didn't put these in top loaders right away, and that's what happened. Now, it's not going to be the case for like normal cards that aren't like that, but just for me, professionally, like I just like to have the card immediately in a top loader, so the card the person is getting is exactly in the condition that I have photographed in the listing. That's just me. I know a ton of people have cards raw, and that's fine. If it works for you, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to do it that way, but that is why I choose to do it. It'd be a lot easier if I just got top loaders for when cards sell rather than having to get top loaders just to list them, but that's just the way I go about doing it. So yeah, it's been a pretty busy week for me. Lots been going on. Kind of explained everything I was doing with the cards and like cracking down on my death pile and that type of thing. So I didn't list too much, and I don't plan on listing that much the next week or so. Just because I want to try to get organized. Once I'm organized, it'll be a little bit better. One thing though is I am pretty much running out of room for hard good type items. I've run into this problem before where it's like I'm listing an item, and before I can even list it, it's like, all right, well, where am I going to put it? And when that's the case, it slows you down so much. But since I have the card storage system box up and running, I'm probably going to be moving my focus to cards for quite a while. And then hopefully hard goods will sell during that time. And then, you know, once I go back to hard goods, I'll have a little bit more room to put stuff, to store stuff. So that's the plan, but who knows? You never know what's going to happen. But that's the plan, at least for right now. But yeah, pretty solid week. The book giveaway. Yeah, so I'm going to be giving away a copy of The Road. Actually, let me grab it real quick so I can show you guys, even though you saw it earlier. I'm going to be giving away this copy of The Road. Cormac McCarthy is one of my favorite authors. His books are an acquired taste for some people, but if there is a book that's definitely easy to read, and this is his most famous book, it's The Road. This is the first one I read by him. This is not an intimidating book. It's very easy to follow. There's basically only 2 characters. It's a post-apocalyptic book. So imagine like The Walking Dead, but there's not zombies. And they never really explain like what happened, but it's basically just people that are scared of other people, and everyone's just trying to survive. And it's, I don't know, I really liked it. And it got me into reading his other books. But if you're going to read one of his books that's like easy to follow and easy to read, it'd be this one. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to list this in my eBay store for $10 best offer. Send me an offer of $1 free shipping, and I'll send you the book. So I'm basically paying to ship the book to you. I'm not trying to make money off this. Like, I'm going to lose money, obviously. But I just want to get the book, I don't know, just pass it along. You know, if I find cool books and I've already read them, or like cool book that I'm probably not going to read, I don't know. I just want to try this out. I'm going to try it for a couple of weeks. If no one buys these books, then I'll just stop it. But I'm going to try it out. So yeah, if you search my eBay store, I'm going to post the listing right as this video goes live. If you search my eBay store for this book, it should pop up. Send me an offer of $1. I want at least $1 because I don't want someone to get it for free and then they're just not going to do it. I want someone at least to like, who's going to get this to actually read it, or maybe give it to someone to read. I want this to end up in someone's hands who actually reads it. So send me an offer of $1. Tell me you're from YouTube, and I will accept the offer, and I'll basically pay the shipping and all that, because it'll be free shipping. This will be in my eBay store. I should make an eBay store category for this too. I mean, if you just search my eBay store, you should be able to find it. But I'll make an eBay store category called like giveaways. I'll just put giveaways as the category if you want to search there. But yeah, so if anybody's interested in this for $1, actually I'd be surprised if someone picks it up. Not many people read these days. But the opportunity is there and the offer is there if you guys want this book. Thank you guys for watching. Stack dividends, sweep floors. Until next time.
I keep going back to the dreams that I wish I never had, or the darkness in your eyes kinda makes me smile.
Get the broom.